I believe that he does. If it changes, he's got dark vision anyway.
No, I was surprised. I was surprised to actually find that there was actually characters or races you could choose that didn't have it. It seems like everyone has it.
Yeah.
And the strange thing is, this one.
He doesn't have. No.
He doesn't have it. Yeah, I'm looking through. Yeah. So I was looking through, and it's like things like Tabaxi, where it says like, oh yeah, you have night vision like a cat. But then cats don't have dark vision. So it's like, what?
Yeah.
Cat man. All right.
Leonids get light. I do know that Leonids get dark vision.
Yes, they do. All right. So
which makes no sense to me because lions hunt in the day. They don't hunt at night. Lions lay down and sleep like lazy bastards at night.
They do.
So nobody has dark vision.
I do.
What? Yeah, the robot does.
Yeah. Of all of the 4 characters, one of us has got dark vision. So not all.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
After the light.
There's light. You can have light. All right.
And dark vision goggles.
Well, I would highly recommend at least one of you guys starts carrying a lantern or torches or something.
I got light.
Mm-hmm.
I got light. And dark vision goggles.
Right, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Which are only good as long as you're wearing them.
Yes.
They do have limitations.
Oh my gosh. Is he going to wander around looking like one of those magnificent men in his flying machines? Please wear one of those flying helmets. That would be so cool.
Yes.
With the goggles.
Aviator helmets, yeah.
Yeah.
Oops. Wanted. There we go. Oh. I've done it a day after. Huge. There it is. All right. Well, we are all here, and if I'm not mistaken, only because there isn't a tome for the last one. That was supposed to be 2 videos that supposedly were supposed to be edited together, but never happened. I'm looking at you, Dippy. If I'm not mistaken, let's see here. Where did I believe you guys were? Yes, you were. You guys were still in the Grey Manor, I think. Let me see.
I thought we. Yeah.
Oh, in that case, yeah.
I thought we were just leaving and then got suddenly mystically transported to meet my past self.
Indeed. Yes. Because you have...
I think it's my past self.
Yes. Because if I'm not mistaken, if I pop into current tasks, yes, you are tasked. So yes, you were told by de Grey that to return back to him in 3 days' time to the harbour to board onto his boat. I'm so glad I made that little note. No thanks to Dippy. All right. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was just being silly. All right, so let me kick your guys over there. We are in the Grey Manor, so I do have to click that. It's a creepy tone. All right, and then kick you guys over to the Grey Manor. Skadoosh. All right. Bring down the volume just a tad. All right. So hopefully everyone can see all of each other.
Yep.
Brilliant. Okay, so at this moment, moment, you were heading out the door and discovering the lovely town of Redsmith. A few things that you've become aware of is that the sort of annual Harvest Festival is due to set in another 10 days. And a lot of the townsfolk are setting up many different decorations. Oh, I see. My stupid microphone thing is upside down, which is making it look ridiculous. All right. So with that being said, there are plenty of things to be had and done in and around the lovely town of Redsmith. There are various markets, various stores, even, things and people to interact with along your lovely path. As you guys are exiting out of De Grey Manor, heading into the lovely town of Redsmith. What would you all like to do in this lovely town?
Okay.
It's strange. For your point of view, these, your two friends were suddenly basically covered up by a mysterious blue box that has appeared right in front of you. It covers them up and then fades away, revealing that it seems like for a moment they just got covered by a blue box. Then they weren't. Then everything just kind of went back to normal. At least that's from your perspective, SQ.
It was definitely weird.
Weird is a good way of describing. I tell you what, let's go find somewhere a little more private, and I'll tell you all about it. And I'm going to start. We've come out. What time is it now, mate?
Now, should be just near the mid-afternoon.
Mid-afternoon. Okay. Well, we need to find somewhere to stay for the evening, or we can stay at this place, can't we? He was cool about us staying.
I don't see why not stay at the manor.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I think he invited us to stay at the manor for a few days, so we'll do that. But I'm going to look around for a sort of cafe stroke bar stroke inn of some kind that's got a sort of seating outside sort of thing.
Okay. There's not too much in the way of sort of patios around here, patio seatings. Many of the things with Redsmith, it does seem like many of the structures around here are all kind of mishmatched in architectural stylings. You have a little bit of sort of Elven, a little bit of Dwarven sort of mixed together, and everything kind of seems either very patchwork, almost looks like the building got half built and then got built by another person. So everything kind of is more for purpose more than or.
If I look at it, does it look as if it was originally made in one style and then maybe partially destroyed and rebuilt in another? Or does it look as if it was started in one style and finished in another?
Yes, it definitely, it's more the latter, indeed.
More the latter, okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. But, there is indeed a sort of tavern / inn that is local.
That'll do.
Yeah, that is local to Redsmith. It's known as the Blue Ox Tavern.
Wasn't that the one that we went to previously? Or was that another
Very
one?
interesting. So
Is
it seems that this particular thing does seem to be almost like a franchise.
I wonder if they all offer the same services. Okay.
I need to get some things. As they walk into the bar, I closely will just leave and search for finding a jeweler's market.
Yeah, there are some small sort of shops and markets in the town square that do sell lots of jewelry and sort of ornate decorational items.
I'd like to go to one.
Okay. Yeah, you pop up and there seems to be a small halfling type of person. Perhaps just a really small man, but either way, red hair coming off the sides in a sort of horseshoe pattern, somewhat bald on top, with very large spectacles, making the eyes really pop out.
Sir, do you have any rings?
Yes, lots of rings.
May I see them?
They are here. He kind of shows you his little table that he has. Everything's kind of scattered out, but also in a sort of organized sort of mess, really. Rings and earrings and necklaces and all brooches and all sorts of things. All kind of have their own space on the bed.
May I take three of these rings?
Oh, sorry, what was that? I can actually, it was kind of a bit muffled there.
May I get three rings?
Yes, 3, okay. This one and this one and oh, not that one. That is my precious. Okay, this one. Yes, okay.
Oh, me.
So, I have 3 rings here. Much money you got?
Depends how much they cost.
Oh, they are very unique in design, you see. I couldn't possibly let them go for less than a gold each.
Alright. What about 300 gold each? 300 go for, 100 go for each one.
Of course, yes. Okay, we can do that. That'd be fine indeed. I will give you each one for 100 gold.
Alright. And I give him 300 gold.
Alright, and he gives you what appears to be 3 golden rings.
Oh, nice. Money. What the fuck cycling? Alright.
Okay, that's cool. I think I'm going to try and be a little more frugal with my money, but yeah.
What are you up to?
I'm going to take SQ and find a sort of quiet little place to sit down and have a quiet. Well, she can have a quiet drink and we can have a conversation. Yeah.
All right. So as I mentioned before, there is the tavern there. There is also like a small kind of park area. A couple of benches, a large tree in the center of it, surrounded by some lovely cobblestone.
Okay, that sounds good. I sort of escort SQ and sort of point towards the benches and say, let's go and sit down over on one of those benches and see if we can practice a bit of social distancing away from the rest of the crowd.
years in college for radio, and this is where I'm at. Yes. All right. So yeah, you find enough. You do see that there's a few sort of passerbys every now and then kind of walk past you on their way to somewhere else. No one else kind of sits around here, as they all seem rather busy and bustling around and hanging up many of the decorations.
Okay. I'm going to say we were back at the manor when you saw us disappear and reappear. Okay, that's what it looked like to you. To us, we got taken into the box, zapped somewhere else, found weird stuff, including people who looked like you and Cruisy and me, got challenged by one that looked like me, and then we had to run away. No idea where it was. I suspect, or we went to another time and saw us at another point in time. Lying down, conscious at the time, it looked. I don't think that's precisely what was happening. I'm not sure exactly what was happening, but given the fact that it was indoors, I don't think stargazing was the ultimate purpose. That is possible. But there was this dude who was like doing stuff, and I don't know what kind of stuff, but it looked like magical stuff. And then we got approached. No, it was somebody else. And then we got accosted by another dude who called himself Doctor, and we got put back in the box, and then we gave it back, and then the box disappeared. I know I'm not doing this very much justice, but it was all a bit of a blur. Well, the other thing was, there was one of me, like exactly like me, not just another whatever I am. That's why I thought it might be a time. Well, the other thing was that the thing that looked like me seemed to be controlled or programmed by someone or something else. No, I'm not. But no, I'm not. And therein lies the mystery. How do I get from that state to the state I'm in? I mean, feeling really weird waking up. If you can imagine somebody had just shoved your socket, a finger into, somebody had asked you to hold a metal rod and stand in the middle of a field and you got struck by lightning. That's what it felt like. No, well, not the first time when I worked first for my first memory. No, that was well, he's kind of my friend. He's a gnome. He's called Gregory. No. Regren was this gnome that managed to get hold of my body after it had been excavated from a ruin. And well, that could have been the ruin itself, or it could have been something else. It could have been somewhere else, and I ended up somewhere else. I don't know. I really do have to find these things out. That would be kind of useful information. Is this something? Does it look? Do you squishy people? Do you just like lose your memory and things as well? Does that happen to you lot? Okay. I didn't. I didn't mean it in a kind of bad way. It's just, obviously, if you push my hand, and then I push yours, mine doesn't squish. Hence, squishies.
Makes sense. Yeah, that tracks.
But as you can imagine, this is all a bit strange and a bit weird and a bit. I'm a little bit freaked out. Well, I don't know whether or not it's the box, or whether or not it's the dude, or it's a combination of the box and the dude. Because we've been shunted different places and they didn't require a box. So I'm not sure where the box fits in. But it was a very, very weird box, because it seemed to be a lot larger on the inside than it looked like on the outside. And he called it something, but I can't remember what the name was. Tardy. I know it's to do with time. Tardy means late. Maybe that was it. He certainly wasn't on bloody time. Well, yeah, he certainly wasn't on bloody time when he came to grab us. It was all a bit. It seemed like that to you. But it seemed like that to you. But while I was in it, believe me, it felt like a lot longer. You know when you kind of like you drift off and you're sort of asleep, but you're not really asleep, and you have a little dream, and then you wake up again, and the dream feels like it's been going on for hours, and you suddenly realise it's only been about 10 minutes. That sort of thing. There you go. It was kind of like that. I mean, well, everybody knows that time flows differently depending upon how you look at it. I mean, well, yeah, I mean, you've always known it. Think about it. When you're having a really fun time seems to pass really quickly, but if you're really bored, it seems to take ages. It can't be all the same size. It's got to be different. That's the question, whether or not it's actually going faster or it's going slower, or we just perceive it differently. Because I've just been travelling through time, so I know it's fucking wibbly wobbly. I really need to speak to that doctor dude again. He has to do some serious explaining to me. I need to understand what the hell is going on. I think he's one of those people that he finds you rather than you find him. Because not only would I not know where to look for him, I wouldn't know when to look for him. He has so far, and the white dude, and the black dude, and so far we've had people popping around, popping up and down all over the place. Oh, I recognise that noise. Can you hear that?
Blue box appears from behind you.
I turn around to SQ and say, please tell me that that's a blue box and I'm not hallucinating.
At first, it was just a story. Roll a perception check. Lonnie, not Ronnie, is frolicking as instructed. See if you can see him. Nope. He just doesn't.
No.
SQ.
He's gonna.
At first you don't catch him at all. You look left, look right. You are almost in a panic, and then you see a little tuft of hair, the long grass.
Oh.
Okay. Yes, Lonnie is now in the comfort of you.
If it was possible for a robot to go pale, I would have done. You know that box? Please tell me it's back over there and I'm not just hallucinating that. I don't... Right, okay. Courage. Let's have a little bit of courage. I'm going to walk over. Yes. And I'm going to wander around the box looking for a door. Because I know there's one in there. Somewhere.
There is. There in the front portion of it here is definitely some sort of door with a couple of handles. However, heading back over to Cruosi.
Yes.
Heading back over to Cruosi. You've just purchased some rings. During this time, you've had your chance to sort of wander around. Have you put the rings on? Have you tucked them away?
I put them in my backpack.
Okay.
For later use.
Okay. Later youth. Gotcha. All right. Give me a perception check there, Cruosi.
All right. Perception.
Good luck, dude.
Indeed. Brilliant. Okay.
Whoa.
As you're sort of wandering around, you've got the rings tucked in your backpack. It is around that moment that you hear the very familiar sound of that grinding sound of the blue box coming from the direction that you have a general idea where SQ and Legis are.
It's excitedly, Cruosi rushes over there. You Yes.
I'm going to get up from the bench. I'm going to wander over to the door, and I'm going to knock on the door and stand there and see if
Door
anybody else is.
flings open. The very familiar man pokes his head out. He goes, "Oh, just a minute." Closes the door. You hear some very loud clanging and knocking about inside the box.
What was he doing there? I like to refer to him as the doctor, since he doesn't really know his name. All he knows is that he's a doctor. He doesn't know. That's why I just call him the doctor.
Right. Which one? Does he look like any of them?
As you utter the words, which one, the whole map goes crazy. There we go. As you utter that, he pops out. He says, which one? The original, you might say.
Excellent. We've met before, haven't we?
No. However, who knows? Who are you?
Okay. My name is Legis, and about an hour ago, I met somebody who had a box just like yours, who called himself the Doctor.
Well, chances are it was probably me, but not yet. It's very confusing. It's very hard to explain. It's like a great big ball of wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Didn't I tell you
Well,
that's exactly what the situation was? I knew it. I knew it.
It's good to know that you're here because, fortunately, the motor's nicked out. So, yeah. And as you see, as he's coming out of the box and taking a bit of a step forward, a trail of like smoke is following him, coming just billowing out of the TARDIS. You see him kind of snap his fingers, the doors close shut. Good. Well, till that's repaired, I suppose you'll get to know each other.
Do you need help repairing it?
Nice. I'm the Doctor. Is that your hand, SQ?
It's at this point where Kuroshi tries to grab SQ and improperly apologizes. I'm so sorry about that. She gets a little bit handsy when she meets new people.
He kind
Hey,
of.
I'm Kuroshi though.
The Doctor kind of stands up a bit straight and kind of gives like a bit of a suave look on his face. He's still got it. Oh,
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Kuroshi. Now, we have you. We've got SQ. Who's the robot? Sorry! You! Well, I've had many robots, many of androids, in fact. I've had a really, really tough time. Have you ever built an android? Oof, very hard.
I've not built one yet.
Right. Well, it seems I'm just going to be rambling on. Sorry. What is your name? And he kind of pulls out what appears to be a small sort of magical wand with a blue little light on it, and kind of gives it a little up and down you, Legis. He goes, "Ah, yes." Oh, hello, you. And the Doctor reaches inside of his pocket, pulls out a small little ball of something. and plops it in front of Lonnie. Oh, there you go, fella. You grow nice, big and strong.
Nummies.
The doctor begins looking at his magic wand, and he seems a bit curious. Ah, well, it would seem I found my reason for coming. See, this box of mine, and he kind of gives it a couple of taps on the outside, never really takes me where I want to go. But always takes me where I need to go. However, it's not always obvious at first. Oh. So, what are we doing?
Oh, well, now we're just waiting for 3 days to pass.
Oh, oof.
We were.
I suppose we do have to go the long way around, don't we?
Apparently.
Well. Oh. I don't usually go to places where I'm not needed, so I'm curious what you guys are up to. Perhaps I need to help you. Perhaps I need to stop you. Round and round in time?
Yeah.
That has happened quite a lot.
Very interesting. And he begins to point his magic wand both at you, Crucy, and then over to you, SQ. Looks at... He kind of looks at his device. He goes, oh, yes. Does seem like your temporal auras seem to be a little outside of this time. Some of you are very dull, but many of you are very, very bright. Seem to be a bit of this. And he kind of pushes the button on the side of his magic wand once more, and you all see, all surrounding you, these almost like tiny, almost like little gnats, little light bugs kind of floating around you, all giving off like a blue aura as they follow, and kind of like a trail follows behind them, kind of like a sparkler in the night, just kind of flowing behind. He goes, you see these?
Yep.
Ah.
Yes.
You put your hands, try to smack them, and your hand just goes right through them, as if they're ethereal. It would seem somebody's brought you here using a bit of time, which is very strange indeed. See, concept and control of time is very mechanical, and yet here it seems to be almost magical. Well, I suppose when I get the old motor running here, suppose I could take you all back to where you need to go. You seem kind of whispering over to the TARDIS, like at the box. He's like, really? Taxi service? Not quite the adventure I had in mind.
Overreacting.
I
This man clearly knows what he's doing and knows more about time than we do.
I'm looking at you.
Doctor, right?
Yes.
What kind of one is that? I never seen anything like it before.
Tucks it into his very interesting looking sort of jacket that he's wearing. Tucks it in and goes, "Oh, never mind that. It's just meant to make you ask questions."
Well, succeed in doing that.
Ah, well, seems to be working. Right. So, I am famished. Where? Sure. What are you inciting about? Sure. You definitely get the sense that he is leading Cruelty on. He's definitely giving the impression that he doesn't want to explain what it is.
I'm just look back to the side. Look at time. It's like, is it sound like currently going down a little bit?
It is getting to be roughly around, 4 or 5 o'clock ish. Yeah.
Well, if you want, we were just going to go back. Yeah, we're going to go back to the manor. If you want to join, I'm pretty sure the owner won't mind.
Sure, if you guys don't mind me hanging around you. And your...
No, I mean...
He kind of bends down a little bit as Lonnie is still nibbling on the ball of whatever it is. And he kind of gives Lonnie a big scratch on the head. He goes, "Wouldn't mind palling around this fella, eh?" "Yes." "Really?" "Oh, don't be like that." "Oh, he'll be fine." "Oh, sorry. I speak goat."
So there's a little friend right here.
He says you're holding on too tightly around the neck.
All right. So what do you say, guys? Want to head back to manor with a +1?
I somehow don't think our host is going to be too worried about one extra body. Shouldn't be an issue.
What about you, SQ? All right, let's settle.
Oh. Allons-y. And you all... Go ahead.
I was going to say, start to make our way back towards the manor.
All right, to Grey Manor. Okay. Okay, so as you...
I just realized something.
Yes.
The doctor's translation thing, because I know like you have to go translate it around him. Does that work for everything in here? Because if so, then that doesn't make me as a translator just worthless.
Out sort of metagaming and going into the Doctor Who sort of fandom, the TARDIS has a translation matrix which allows him to understand and speak every language.
So it's the TARDIS that has. All right. All right.
In fact, the Doctor is in fact speaking English, which is not common. However, to you, he is speaking common. To him, you are speaking English.
Yeah. That's what I thought. All right.
The old
Mhm.
the babelfish, yeah.
So I was going to say, you just learn to speak a foreign language the way the English do, which is speak English very loudly and slowly.
That's right. That's right. Just because you speak slowly and move your hands like this doesn't mean I instantly learn the language.
Exactly.
All right. As you all head into the Grey Banner, the Shadow, aka known as Monsieur de Grey, sits in his regular perch on his chair next to the flame. As the doctor is coming in, looking around, he goes, "Well, this must have set their budget back, eh?"
I don't think the budget is an issue. It's for him, at least.
Well, I suppose, maybe. But in order for, this amount of wealth, this amount of architecture must have taken him a very, very long...
Yeah.
Get it now? The doctor comes over, parks down in one of the chairs, swings his wand over at the fire, kind of gives it a little... The fire starts to grow a little bit more, just a little bit more heat. Sorry about that, just had to turn up the heating. Very cold in here. Someone might freeze to death. The Monsieur de Grey kind of chuckles at that. He goes, I see you've got another one.
Yes.
We seem to be very good at picking up strays.
You have no idea just how good of a quality that could be in someone in your position.
Oh no, I'm hoping that it'll all be good.
Ooh, well then,
Yeah.
how can I be of service to you all?
He could stay in mine. He can stay with mine. I won't need my bed. Doctor, if you wish
Right.
to room with me.
The doctor kind of looks over and he goes, you know what, kind of got my own thing, but if it's all right, if I could, just, we could bring it here, that would be great. And the Grey kind of looks and goes, do you mean? Well, there's a bit of a blue box down there, over by the big tree thingy. If you don't mind, just bringing it over. It's a family heirloom. By all means. Well, sir, I will have a couple of horses sent out and retrieve your box. Molto bene. As for all of you, I can imagine you are all ready to tuck in for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well then. No. However, your rooms, as you guys have selected them earlier, are still waiting for you.
Fine.
I would like to go upstairs and I'd like to go upstairs right now and class like magic.
All right. right, so you're upstairs, casting some magic in the presence of 4 guards.
You just detect magic. It's nothing too harmful.
Well, for someone who isn't a magic user, you're suddenly doing the Macarena and speaking in tongues. There is this particular area in where you are. There seems to be a ton of aura coming from this door over here. Just an immense amount of light seems like it's coming out from underneath the door. All around the door seems to be glowing off some sort of magic, and many different types of magic behind the door as well.
Which door is it?
The one we're not supposed to go into.
Ah. Very interested in that door.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say I can get into it at this moment, so I'll just head to my room.
All right.
I'm not ever going to try and go in that room until I'm told I'm allowed to, because I'm not pissing that dude off. And I don't even have blood. Of all of us, I'm least likely to be on the snack list.
You're not wrong. Yeah. All right, Legis, SQ. Anything you guys want to take care of or do? What is going off on my phone here? Seriously. No. Oh, never mind. It's. Our room is upstairs as well. Yeah. I will get you up there as well. Oh, I'm zipping you. All right. 1 second. I'm dragging you over to where you need to go. You are now upstairs as well, SQ and Lonnie. All right, and you.
Yeah, I'm doing exactly the same thing. I'm going to go upstairs to the room that I was offered, and just hang, and basically just hang out, spend a little bit of time in there meditating, and then power down for a few hours.
All right. Yeah. There is. It's a room. Service it. No. However, Monsieur de Grey is off for a banquet in the mornings.
Well, that's good.
I'm sure the lot of you would be invited as well.
Thank you.
All right. You, I believe, chose this one here. Because he who shall not be named decided to take that one. And you wanted to go to the next one. All right. So, you guys are resting. It seems a very functional room. I mean, there's a bed, there's an area rug, there is a little stand that has a lantern on it, and essentially that's it. It's a very minimalist room. Of course, there are windows that, but they are barred on the outside. Guys, all
how high up am I?
right now you are on this. Yeah, you're on the second level. So about
15, 20 feet.
Yeah, 15, 20.
Okay, perfect. Okay, that's fine.
All right.
I can see
As
through the
you're-
bars outside to the floor.
You can, yes.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
It doesn't block your visibility, just the ability to leave through via the window.
Mhm.
All right. As the night comes to a close for all of you, there is some interesting creaking noises that can be heard in and around the various areas, but a large house could just be settling. Could be the coldness of the autumn breeze coming in.
Mhm.
Give me your, all of you guys, give me a perception check, please.
Okay.
Well, need a reason to explore.
Yeah, that's about right for most of my perception. Yeah, I think he spends
Oh my
most of his
goodness.
time
Wow.
like with his head elsewhere.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, none of you hear or see anything out of the ordinary. I mean, you're in a stone room with stone walls. Seems very interesting, construction-wise. Yet everything seems to be okay. It's kind of like sleeping over at a friend's house for the very first time. It's you feel you're safe, but there's still that
Mhm.
that little feeling in your pit of your stomach. But nonetheless, the night goes on as it does, and as it always has been every night. And you all wake up fully refreshed, and the light seems to be oddly bouncing in from the windows. It just seems like there's bars on the windows, and yet when the light seems to come in, it seems to hit it in such a way that it almost gives like a zigzag pattern of light, of the sunlight, and it seems to dim a lot shorter, maybe about 5 feet or so from the window, and then it just becomes black.
Can I investigate this?
You would like. There is no table. No, there is only a shelf and a bed and a rug and a lantern. If you would like to investigate it, proceed. Give me an an Arcana check. Okay. Okay, for a second, because I'm assuming Crucy and I both have 3D dice roll, and I see it roll what he rolled, and I looked down and I saw the 18. I was like, "What is your plus? Like that's a lot." But no, fair enough. Okay, so yes, Crucy, it's at best from your perspective, it's an illusion. You know that this is not how sun operates. You just can't figure out how it's doing it. However, for you, SQ, you do notice that the bars themselves actually have small little kind of runic symbols on them. And to the best of your knowledge, these particular symbols are associated with any deities of the night.
Creatures of the night. What sweet music they make.
Who's your favorite? What is it? Who? Okay. Yes. Between you and Lonnie, on Lonnie's back, You are more than capable of reaching out and touching them. However, roll me a, we'll say acrobatics to see how well you stand on Lonnie. Okay, you do manage to sort of climb up, but then you get that feeling whenever you are when you're standing on something a little bit elevated and there's nothing to hold on to. Your legs are kind of doing that like wiggle thing, like every now and then you're trying to like nope, hold on, nope. You reach out and you try to grab onto the bar. You do manage to, and now Lonnie has slipped out from underneath you, and now you're holding onto the bar and basically hanging from it with not about maybe about 2 feet or so above the ground. Okay, we'll say you're on that one over there. So Crucy and Legis, give me a perception check to see if you hear her screaming.
Hello.
Right.
I'm absolutely oblivious to everything that's going on around me.
Indeed.
Sounds about right.
All right, what do you have for us, Crucy? We're literally in the room next door, so... with a 10. Okay, I was really hoping for at least a 12. All right. From your perspective, Crucy, you basically just hear... You have no idea what that noise could actually be.
Huh. Can I go check it out?
You certainly can, yes.
Alright. Do I know where the noise is coming from?
Roll another perception check.
Gee.
Luck.
Here we go.
Is it ongoing?
It is hard. The stone walls in this particular place is just echoing and bouncing noises from every direction. At first you think maybe it's coming from over here, then maybe maybe over here. No, maybe over here or over here, somewhere. It seems to be bouncing all the way around you.
Honestly, guys, do you hear screaming?
Me?
You kind of you see is if you're speaking to the guards, you see the guard's eyes like widen. No, never hear screaming here, sir.
May I roll insight?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
By insight, I'm proficient in it.
Yeah,
Jolly
yeah.
good.
Roll for insight. Let's see if you're picking up on anything. Yeah,
He lied through his teeth.
Yeah, the shifty eyes, the shifting of his body, and you can the definite dissociation that he's giving off is. You can definitely tell what he's told you. He doesn't believe.
My good friend, that was a lie.
No, it wasn't.
I can read you like a book. You're definitely lying to me.
Well, I don't know how to read.
But I do. So, where was the screaming coming from?
I didn't hear no screaming, sir. You came up to me and asked me if I heard the screaming. Yeah. No screaming here, sir. At all.
100%. Ever.
Well, this is pointless. So I just started going open each room, see if I could find where the scream was coming from at this point.
All right. You enter into this room. It's empty.
Yes.
No one's there.
All right. What about this room?
You enter in, and you see a poor halfling woman holding on for dear life as she is She's
All right.
dangling maybe 2 feet above the ground.
So, real example there is he helps execute gun by grabbing her by the arms.
Okay. Yes. SQ. Yes, indeed. All right. You do easy enough for you to do, Crucy. I mean, she is fairly light. She's not that big. You're able to. It's like lifting a child. You pick up, drop it, and you're now securely on the ground. SQ. Nice.
That is when that Chrissy gives up an awkward smile. An uncomfortable, awkward smile. Alright. But may I ask, what were you doing? No, you know something wrong with the purse as well. Darkness. Darkness spell. Let me see. Oh, I need to go to my spells real quick.
Sure. Without the goat step.
Alright. I will virtually cast detect magic.
Okay. So that'll take about 10 minutes as you're kind of sat there putting all the things necessary in place to do so. During this time, Legis, it is, and of course, the next morning. What would you like to get off to? These two seem to be in their own shenanigans.
I'm going to wake up. I'm going to reactivate at sort of fairly early in the morning, and then I'm going to go for a wander and see if I can find the doctor.
All right.
And this guy kind of fascinates me.
Okay. You travel back downstairs where you think he is, or at least that's the last where you've seen him. I think from now on I'm just going to make the freaking dates red instead of doing all this tomfoolery. There we go. All right, so it's officially the third day of Marbernath, as time does move linearly for you. You make your way down to the stairs and do your best to look around for the doctor. He doesn't seem to be in his he doesn't seem to be where he was last sat. He doesn't appear to be sort of anywhere.
Are there any guards around?
Oh, plenty of guards to be had.
I'll go up to the closest guard and say, I'm sorry, I was wondering if you might help me. I was looking for that doctor fellow that was with us last night, the one with the blue box. You don't happen to know where he is, do you?
I know that Monsieur de Grey here brought his box late last night.
Yes?
We put it in the stables. When we checked this morning, it wasn't there.
It had disappeared.
Well, I mean, maybe someone just moved it, sir.
I suppose that's possible. Right. And you don't happen to know where the gentleman went to?
That's what he's saying. He was inside his box saying he needed to fix something about it.
Right. Okay.
What up? Sorry, this click.
Identify.
It's a box. It's blue. It does weird stuff. Right. Okay. Well. Thank you. I suppose. I'm going to wander off and go and see if I can find the rest of my companions.
Right. All right. After some searching around the manor, you do end up finding them sort of still sat. Crucy is sat on the floor next to SQ.
On Tinker Tools.
All right. So, detect magic for you, Crucy. You definitely get the sense that these particular bars are almost like some sort of magical shade. It takes the sunlight and converts it to darkness.
Interesting.
All right. Well, you know, there's nothing that I have to worry about. But on the other hand, well, it's just sort of magical shading. It just deserves the light. Nothing too harmful. But on the other hand,
No. But I think the question you should be asking is not what does it do, but why does it do it?
it's all right. Now,
It's all right.
if you want to like why does it?
I'm fairly sure I've got a very good idea, and I should, of all of us, I'm the one who should be least worried.
You?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
sadly.
Hmm.
It is morning, and I'm sure we can. But I mean, to be honest, it strikes me that if this gentleman wanted harm to come to us, that could easily have already happened on multiple occasions. So I don't
Honestly, that's why I'm
think
not worried.
then we don't return.
Hmm.
You know,
Yes, sir.
if you do a really crappy job, you don't come back and tell them you've done a really crappy job.
Oh, I might have asked what I found out last night.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And the farm room right next to where my dorm is at.
mhm.
I was getting sort of particular strong magic from over there. I'm quite interested in seeing what's inside it. Problem being, it got some guards around it.
Yeah, and given the fact that so far our host has been really polite and nice to us, the last thing I want to do is irritate somebody who can eat every single one of you.
You do have a fair point. All right.
I'm just putting it out there.
That's got to be on a t-shirt. Don't piss off people that could eat you.
Yeah. It's one of the simple rules by which Lee just lives his life.
Right? How many teenagers' attitudes would have just disappeared? You either stop or you're not going to exist. Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay. Fair
Right.
enough.
Well, if anything, I'm hungry. Let's go eat.
Okay, let's go eat. I mean, not that I have to, but I can sit and watch you do it.
Indeed. Got to do a couple of things here. All right. So, I suppose we are headed towards the inn, the franchised Blue Ox Tavern.
Indeed.
Well, let's just say I've seen like so many things. It's like, oh yeah, this tavern's called this one. This one's called this one. It's like there's no franchising at all. Come on. It's got to be at least a little bit.
I'm here for it.
All right. All right.
Yes, you added the best part. Then you can leave.
That's right. Well, let's face it. That's why you pay them. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. All right. So, with that, you guys enter in. There are a few, women knocking about a few tables here. Okay. Sure. You guys. There are a few women and stuff out of here, but there is also men in and around several of the tables. As you come up and you give her the silver coin, and the woman kind of is just giving you like this weirdest look. You've just given her, money and said, "Tuck me in," and then you've taken it back and said, "Is that guy available?" And the woman just kind of goes, I'm not. I'm not.
I think there may perhaps have been a misunderstanding. SQ, I'm beginning to suspect that this may not be quite the same sort of establishment as the one that we were previously in.
Is your friend okay?
I'm gonna.
They give you the biggest frown.
I'm thinking you're not exactly
that Kuroshi just like just took the away and just apologize for the inconvenience.
Look, there's been a slight misunderstanding here. The first night that we stayed in town was at the other Blue Bull Inn, and I think that she thought that you were offering the same kind of services as they were. If you're not, completely understand, and that's all fine. Just thought I'd explain.
We're not like that. We've been We've been at this for many years trying to get them to change the name. We were here first, you see.
Oh, fair enough. I can understand why you might not want to do something as simple as changing your name to avoid confusion.
Why should we change our name? They should change theirs.
Just it strikes me as being it's somewhat illogical to have that much of an attachment to a name,
What's your name?
especially Legis.
My name's
but I'm
Legis
sure
now
I-
too.
It's a
You're
fine
gonna
name.
change your name?
No, but I think it would be fairly easy to identify which one of us is which.
Oh yeah. And he gets up and kind of does the most ridiculous like robot dance. Yeah. Oh, you do. They've had you. They've
I'm
had
holding.
you.
No, I'm holding you.
All right. Roll for attack and add your strength modifier.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That's probably-
just roll a strength check. It'll be your attack plus your strength modifier.
Is it technically not a missile weapon and therefore a dex roll?
Well, it is. She is. It is a solid mass of potato, and right. It's not how well you hold on to the potato; it's how hard she's
Oh,
chucking it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh my goodness! SQ is our very first customer who gets to play the lovely game of the critical miss table. Yes, this has been a thing, and this is the
I'm
first
good.
time it's
I'm-
happened.
I'm here for it.
It will be it is a ranged thrown object, so let's see what happens. Oops, you hit an unintended random target. Randomize all combatants within 10 feet, which is for short range 3 to 30 feet for long range, which well 10 feet for short range, so 10 feet within you. So all people, that includes him, plus Legis and Cruci. Okay, I will roll a 1d3. Our person here is number 1. Legis, you will be number 2. And Cruci, you are naturally number
Third in
3.
line.
I swear.
This will only do 1 point of damage, but it will humiliate you a lot more. And it's number
coming
2,
for me.
Legis. As she swings it, the potato breaks free of her hand, lobs right up in the air, and plop right on top of your head.
Okay, wait. Before it hits me, I'm using my reaction to cast shield and bat it away.
Okay. So, all right, you take no points of damage as your shield comes up and basically makes it. You've cooked a potato using your shield.
Awesome.
Oh, this is great.
Actually, no. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a dex roll to try and catch the thing.
Okay, yeah. Nope.
No,
In
it
which
sails
case,
out of reach.
yes, as it comes up, you try to catch it. It fumbles down and falls down your forearm. It does plunk you in the head for 1 point of damage because you didn't.
I
hold
will
your
take the
shield up.
damage. I will take.
Oh my goodness.
That just happened. Roll for a potato. Bloody hell.
Team that one.
My God.
Oops.
The
All right.
the
Well,
bartender.
after seeing this, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna go sit down.
The bar, yeah, the bartender, seeing all of this going on, he goes, "Aye, aye, none of that in here, eh? If you're gonna be that shite at throwing potatoes, why don't you come back here and make some stew?" He kind of chuckles a little bit because he meant it kind of as an insult, but he's going with it. He hands you a he hands you a copper ladle. He goes, "Stir that then."
Man, I wish I was Zio. Because remember, Zio can cook. Zio has cooking proficiency.
Right. As the bartender is sort of cleaning up various things, he every now and then looks back at you, SQ, just to make sure you're keeping in time and check. He kind of seems to be giggling to himself every now and then, looking back at you, but nonetheless. A dark-haired woman, seemingly coming over with a bit of tray of many of the plates and the cups and stuff, makes her way over to you, Chrissy, and says, "Having anything tonight?"
Yeah. So what do you offer?
"Oh, we offer a bit of meat, and of course all sorts of other things."
Do you have a sort of menu?
We've got meat, of course, yeah.
Oh, I guess I'll have some of that.
All right, I'll have a couple of bits sent over to you for no problem.
All right.
Watch as she walks around with the tray that she has, grabs a cup, fills it with some meat, and makes her way back towards you. "That'll be a silver."
Gives the gold. It says you can keep it as a tip.
Aye. Come on. He's the Joker, right? "I'm only spending my half of the money." But yeah, she goes, "Oh, lovely dear. Thank you so much."
No problem.
She makes her way over to you, Legis. "Anything for you?"
No, thank you. I'll just be with my friends.
Aye. Fair enough.
Thank you.
Begins to start wiping tables, and the bartender kind of peeks back at you, SQ, and goes, "All right, you stirred that nice and well, have you?" Nice. Hey. All right. He gets real close to you. He goes, "Listen, miss. You've been stirring water for the last 5 minutes. Now, stop chucking potatoes. Back to your seat." Yeah. Get off.
All right.
So,
You should not look inside of it. Well, I guess you fell for the trick then.
a potato.
All right.
I'm sure that we can get some more vegetables for Lonnie. It shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, I'm not falling for that again. I don't be trusting you with any root vegetable. And you could bring your goat here and I'll give it to him. Ah. Reaches forward, hands the leafy bit of the carrot end that he's gonna have to pay. He kind of gives a little bit of smirk again. He goes, 5 copper. I'll give you a whole carrot for that. Oh, special deal today. You get 2 carrots for that. Oh, he doesn't hand them to you. He slips them up. He gives them straight to the goat. Well, maybe it shouldn't bought to. Guess we're all learning lessons around here.
All right. Giving someone the middle finger.
I assume it's the backwards peace sign. Right.
All right.
Well, it did mean it was for archers, right? So who knows? It could be. It meant that archers could still kill you because they had their fingers that could draw back the bow.
All right. All right. All right. Ask you. You want to see if fun thing, something funny? All right. All right. The cup that I was given, I'm going to make it emit a little light.
What's going on here? Oh, the tinkering. Okay. So you're choosing to do which? Sorry.
The cup of meat. The cup of meat.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to emit light.
Okay.
And then I give the glowing cup to Essie and say, tell me there's something wrong with this cup.
All right. Is it new? Oh, do you now? He looks over at the waitress ish bar wench. He looks over and he goes, gives a bit of a nod. She snaps her fingers. The cup stops glowing. Looks like we solved your problem.
I will allow myself to be dragged by the wrist out of the place.
All right.
before Chris leaves, he leaves a to go tip on the tip that he sat at.
All right. As
All
you
right.
place the coins down and you begin to leave, you hear the coins kind of rattling against the table. You hear another snap from across the room. Those 2 coins fly through the air and land in the bar wench's hand. Perhaps another time. See you dears
Perhaps.
later.
See you soon. Bye. Yes, we did.
I did not regret my decision of giving you the glowing cuff.
Oh my gosh, that happened. Perhaps could be me. Crucy, give me a perception check, please.
Oh, great. He did above 15 for once.
Ooh.
Yes.
16. You notice as you're exiting out, one of the something in your backpack is becoming increasingly more heavier. It feels like you're being tugged down on your backpack.
That's very concerning. Considering my backpack is a bag of holding. That's very concerning.
It definitely feels like something is kind of tugging on the bag.
When I take my backpack off and turn around, is there like anyone behind me?
No.
All right. Well, I guess I gotta go into my freaking backpack of holding and just take everything out of it.
All right. As you're taking things out of it, as you do so, you reach in and you pull out 1, 2 rings, and you pull out the third one. As you try to, it's becoming even heavier. The more you try to lift up, the more it seems to be weighing your hand down, and then suddenly it just goes away. You're able to handle it with relative ease once again.
Okay. There's something in my backpack. And frankly, it's concerning. I want to try grab the thing that's in my backpack.
This is happening right alongside with you guys, yeah.
There's something in my backpack, and I'm trying to get it out. Shoot, if it is an animal, that makes me even more considerably worried. Seeing how it can survive when you shouldn't be able to survive more than a minute in my backpack.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I don't know how it got in there.
as you are pulling out everything in from the bag, you're inspecting the bag in and around. The bag now it seems empty because you've taken everything out. Look around the bag, nothing seems to be attached or on it. Just seems weird.
Do I still like have all my stuff?
Yes, everything is still seems to be in there. As you're bringing everything and tucking everything back into the bag of holding, you go, of course, one more time. 1 ring, 2 ring, and then as you try to lift up the third one, once again, that's that same heaviness that it seems or appears, it feels as if gravity is affecting this one particular object way more strongly than anything else, then it just goes away.
That third ring. I want to. This was for occasion for our adventures, but there seems to be something wrong with. I'm presumably the one of the rings. I take out all the rings.
Okay.
Good. And can't.
You can try. As you reach down and you go to pick it up. At first, it seems like, yeah, I can do it. But then it feels as if someone is you're holding your hand up and it just feels as if someone is pushing down on your hand. And at first you kind of, resist a little bit. Then it becomes too strong for your hand. And it's almost as if gravity is now pushing it down further and further down, right down onto the cobblestone road. And then it just goes away. You're able to move your hand and get it away, and there's no injury to your hand. It's just
all right.
Very strange.
The man said that these rings were special, but I'm about to find out how special these rings are. Give me about 10 minutes.
Okay.
To visually cast Identify.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. All right, Legis, you doing anything for the next 10 minutes?
No, I'm going to stand around and keep an eye open while these people are doing whatever it is they're doing in the middle of the road.
That's right. Ritual casting things right in the middle of the street. Okay.
The only difference is, the main difference is she probably have some musical instrument. I just got some tools out.
That's right. All right. So, Crucy, as you look through your stuff and cast the lovely Identify, you will, of course, find that in your items in rings.
All right.
And there will be a little handout for you there to show you exactly what it does. It is a small gold ring. It grants plus 10 to your movement, plus 2
nice.
to your dexterity, as long as it is worn.
Wow. Nice.
Well then.
I was going to say, if I were you, I would be whipping that on my finger very rapidly.
You get some bucks and surgeries on accident. Well then.
Okay. So, you have this lovely, lovely ring. You pop it on?
I might as well.
Okay. So I will give you your plus 2 here. I'll give you your plus 10 here. You now have a 40-foot speed. And you are now plus 4 on your dexterity. So look at that. Brilliant.
Oh.
Okay.
Are you a primarily ranged character? Because if you are, that just really helped.
I can?
You've got your returning dagger or whatever, yeah?
Yeah, I do.
That just beefed that up for sure. All right. So with that, you guys are, meandering in around the lovely town of Redsmith. It's getting on in a few hours, getting on in hours as the day is sort of progressing, and many shops and things around the sort of mid-afternoon are beginning to sort of close up almost a little early. Some of the people who are still decorating, there's still a few of them sort of out there, but the majority of them have all sort of gone back to their own sort of homes and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
As the day begins to carry on, before the end of before it becomes sort of nighttime, is there anything you guys wanted to take care of, look for, or search for in and around Redsmith before the end of the day? Okay. And Crucy?
Nothing particular. No. So
Okay.
I guess you would just follow SQ.
Okay. Legis, you going along with SQ, or you've got your own?
Yeah. No, I'm happy to go along with SQ.
Fair enough.
No, I just thought it would probably be best to accompany you.
You do arrive at a rather fashionable clothier, and you do see some very intricate, sort of ornate, highly decorative dresses in the window shop. Say window shop. It's more like a small opening with baths, lots of baths. Anyway, as you enter in, it is a rather large, half-orc woman. And you can see her, she's got one of those jeweler's eyepieces on, and she's very carefully sewing on a small bobbit on top, on one of the dresses.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You like full dresses, eh? Well, I can certainly see what I can do. When do you need them by? Oh, I'm very good, but I don't think I'm that good. Yes, but you require 4 of your size, or... And she kind of peeks over at you, Legis, and Crucy, kind of... Are we dressing them up too, or...?
I'm
Right.
good, thank you.
She goes over, grabs her strip of cloth that she's notched out, and comes up, holds it against the floor, holds it against your head, brings it down to your shoulders, your waist, your bust, your shoulder line. Right. Well, I have many different fabrics. You see, many different cultures and things of that nature. Do you have a preference of color? Have a preference of trim? Right. Well, I may have a few ideas here for you. Many different stylings, of course. Certainly. Ah, yes. Yes, no, roughly. Okay, and short in the skirt. Okay. Any other requirements? All right. And if you had to choose, say, 4 colors, which would they be? Pink, purple, and green. Well, return to me in, say, can have at least one of the dresses prepared for you within 2 days. The rest will take some time. However, I will need an advance payment. The material and the time does add up rather quickly. I'd say 50 gold per dress. You've not had a dress from me. Trust me, they are worth every coin. Very well. You will indeed have a 30 gold's worth dress in 2 days. Roll persuasion.
Well then, that silver toes will come in handy.
Sure.
All right.
Okay. Well, this is going on. There's a bit of a back and forth, and I will just say 1d2. Whoops. Let's actually type it in there. /R1d2. 2 means no. D2. And show me the number. 1. Okay, well, she's agreed to the price of 50 fucking dollar dress for 30 coins. All right, fair enough. Blue, pink, purple, and green. That was no frills. Short.
Yes.
Yes. So I rolled the D2 because you were wrong. You were wrong. You were off. You were gone. And so I said 2 meant that it wasn't going to agree to it. But then it rolled a 1. So. So. Frills, all that stuff. All right.
30. Well,
Yeah, 30,
yeah.
30, 30, 30. 1, 2, yeah. Basic maths. All right. And this is where it's going to get real fun. You guys, is now getting into sort of the end of the night. Are we heading back to the Blue Ox Tavern, the proper one, or are we heading to the De Grey Manor, or just making camp outside of town?
I say the Grey Manor.
I'm quite happy to stay in the manor. It's not costing me anything, and logically, if this guy was going to hurt us, he would have done so already. So I feel reasonably safe. SQ, if you're feeling at all worried, you can sleep in my bed. I shall be cross-legged on the floor.
All right. You don't want anybody to be eaten. That would be terrible.
That would be bad.
Okay, so this is where it gets fun. As you guys make your way back to the De Grey Manor, as the lovely night is setting in, you of course see De Grey perched in his very familiar spot next to the fire. No sight of the doctor anywhere. As you all make it to the rooms. As you all are in the room, you begin to rest. Watching yet another day passing on. Just before you guys go into the long rest, is there anything you'd like to do?
Yes. I had about 3 rings from the guy, and I found out that one of those magical. I'm gonna take out the other two rings and cast identify on both of them.
Okay. And a minute goes by. The other 2 rings do not appear to be glowing, giving off anything magical.
Alright.
All right. So, as you make your way, tuck yourselves in and power yourselves down and whatever it is that you choose to do. Crucy, need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Hey.
Mm.
Don't worry, I'm not worried, guys. I'm the artificer.
Okay.
Fair enough. Can't argue with that.
All right. All of you have a lovely, pleasant sleep. And another day moves on. There is still one more day left for heading off the lovely journey is to Grey. I think that is a perfect spot to end our session for today.
Right.
Okie dokie. Cool.
Leave them wanting more, all right?
No, that was cool. That was good.
Right. I mean, I do try to get in, like, my whole plan is I do have at least one encounter set up. It all depends on how you guys are making your way there, whether or not it happens, either this session or that session. But that also could mean that by not having one now, you could have double the next time. So who knows?
Yeah,
Who
exactly.
knows what you guys
never know what might happen. Never know what might happen.
Right?
Right, and I
Everyone
get
you
my
talk to